Hey guys, Bradley Beauchamp here. Welcome to day 3 of phase 6. We're going to focus on iso mobility. So it's going to be a mix of isometric exercises with mobility exercises. I'm going to throw a lot of these workouts into the programming going forward because it's going to help propel us into the next part of the week, right? We've done lower, we've done upper, so let's open up those muscles that we've broken down so that we can get more out of them going into the second half of this week, and we'll mix one of these workouts in midweek every phase. So the first thing you guys are gonna do is you're gonna have your loop band around both legs below the knee. We have 4 exercises in this activation giant set. You guys are gonna go around it 3 times. First exercise, iso squat with band. You want your arms out, chest up, hips back, knees in line with your feet. You're gonna hold for 60 seconds. I'll just give you guys 30 seconds. So see how I'm not too deep? I'm creating about a 90-degree bend with my legs and keeping my chest up. I have a slight arch in my spine, getting the erectors and the low back to fire. And then breathing through it. Don't let the band pull your knees in. You guys can use either your heavy band or your light one. So you get to the minute mark, come down, slip that band off. You're gonna go right into an isometric wall sit. So about 4 to 6 inches between your feet. Pull yourself down using your hamstrings. So that's the back part of your leg. Push your butt to the wall, 90-degree bend in my knee. Chest is up, slight arch in the spine. Engaging my core, head straight, holding for 60 seconds. When I get to the end, I'm gonna slide down to my butt. I'm gonna move right into the next exercise. We're gonna go into a bear plank, guys. So hands about shoulder width, shoulders over your hands, core is tight, hips over your knees, 60-second hold in this position. Keep your head neutral, create a flat back. So make sure that you're not arched too much, you're not rounded, that you could put a glass of water right on your back. When you guys hit the 60-second mark, extend back, drop into a low plank. 60 seconds in the low plank position. So core is tight, slight arch in the spine, legs are tight, head's neutral, so I'm looking at the floor. My hands, elbows, and shoulders are all in a line. Guys, take about 60 seconds rest between sets, and like I said, perform 3 sets of that for this activation. After we finish our activation sets, we're gonna move right into mobility circuit now. So I want you guys to go around this about 2 or 3 times, and the first time through, take it slow, feel out your body, see where you're tight, see where you're sticky, focus more on those areas, and you can get a little bit more dynamic, move through the exercise a little bit quicker in set 2 and set 3. But if you're feeling tight, take this as a time to really loosen yourself up. So the first exercise I'm gonna do is a press up Cobra for spine extension. So what I'm gonna do is flat on the ground, keep my hands just outside of my pecs, outside of my rib cage. I'm gonna exhale and just press myself up into a nice spine extension. I'm keeping my pelvis flat on the ground. I'm gonna hold for about 1 or 2 seconds, come back down. Guys, the next exercise you're gonna do, you're gonna put your hands in front of you, put your head on your hands. Your legs are together, you're gonna lift them off using your glutes, using your low back. Then you're gonna open your legs up as wide as you can, and then bring them back in and bring it down. 10 reps, so come up, squeeze, core still tight, I'm not arching too much. Open the legs up as wide as you can, bring them back down. Make sure you rest your forehead on your hands throughout this. Come up, open, back down, drop. From there, you guys go into high plank, and you're gonna do step climbers. So you're gonna step outside of your hand. I want you to rotate up, come back down. Other side. You can even drop your elbow, rotate up. Place that hand down, back to high plank, to the other side. Elbow to ankle, hand to the sky, switch sides. From there, guys, we're gonna go into a static hold. So you're gonna go into a 90-90 position in a lunge. You're gonna posture your pelvic tilt. So I'm gonna engage my hip forward, contract my glute, and then I'm just gonna bring my hip forward a bit. Really stretch out right here. Lean back slightly, and you guys can put your arms up, or you can put them straight out and pull your shoulder blades down together. 60-second hold. You feel stretch right through the front of the hip. Like I said, elbow tilt, come through. You feel a nice stretch here, 60 seconds. If you want to keep your hands to your side, keep your chest up, or bring them up. Pull your shoulder blades down, or bring them up. And you can lean slightly over too if you want to get it a little bit higher, up near the top of the psoas, where it's going up into your core. From there, you guys are down on the ground. You're creating a T position with your body, and then you're dropping your knees side to side. You can go bent leg or straight leg, 10 reps per side. Make sure you keep your arms flat on the ground. Now we're moving into 90-90 hip rotation. So you're creating 90-degree angles in your knees. You're up, you can use your hands if you need to. This one you can play around with. You can just mobilize the hips, going side to side, getting the groin, getting the IT band loosened up. Or you can come over, focus on stretching out the IT band into the glute. You can twist, see if your back needs to release at all. Come to the other side, do the same thing. Just play around with it. Play around with all these exercises. You don't have to hit every rep range. If you're spending more time on the stretch, take that into account. Maybe cut your reps down a little bit or move more dynamically. Like I said, each set can carry a different look. It's just about getting yourself warmed up, right? From there, you guys will be going into a stretch though, so maybe focus a little more dynamically there. We're in a pigeon stretch. So if you come up, you're gonna bring your leg up flat on the ground, like this. Okay, you can either stand tall, you're gonna feel stretched down the outside of the leg that's folded, or you can come down to your forearms, or some people can get lower, put their head to the floor, whatever you guys want. Just stay there. You know, you can hold these stretches for longer too, and get at least 45 seconds in, and you can hold them up to 2 or 3 minutes. But just make sure you're relaxed, and sometimes you get into a stretch, you can feel super tense, and it takes a little bit to actually relax and let that muscle release. So think about the muscle and try to relax it, because when you do first fold it over, you're put into a position that it wants to contract again. So you gotta make sure that it relaxes, and then you can move forward from there and really open that muscle up. And then the last exercise of this circuit, you're in a bear position. So you're up in that bear plank, and you're gonna rotate. So bear plank, T rotations. 10 reps per side. And what I'm really doing is focusing on pulling my shoulder and really squeezing my back and getting that rotation through the core. See, I'm up, rotating my spine and opening it up. All right, guys, the next part of this workout, we're gonna focus on doing some upper body activation and some more mobility stuff. So you're gonna need 2 objects that are the same height, that are about waist lower, all right? The lower they are, the harder it's gonna be, but you don't want them too low because you want enough space that you can stretch out. This is a low plank front pull through. So I'm gonna put my hands right on the corner here so I know I'm not gonna break the chair. And you're gonna squeeze your shoulder blades, you're in a plank position with your body. Open your chest up and go to the deepest stretch you can get maintaining your shoulder blades down together, core is tight, hips are up just slightly. You're gonna hold this position for 2 minutes if you're advanced, 90 seconds for intermediate, and 60 seconds for beginner. And like I said, guys, the lower they are, you can probably only go a little bit lower than this, maybe 4 inches or 5 inches lower than this, because otherwise you'll be flat on the ground with your chest. So the lower you go, the harder it will be. If you have objects that are up around waist height, you'll still get a good stretch, good activation, but it won't be quite as hard. So I like to pick something that's about knee height for this, maybe slightly lower than that, and I find I get a really good top activation there, and it really opens up the chest. Right after that, we're gonna go into the ISO L. So you guys press your feet into the ground. You can use your weights for this. Create 90-degree bends in the arms. Okay, squeeze your glutes, core is tight, shoulder blades are down and together. When you hit that 60-second mark, move directly into a T position, really opening the chest up, squeezing the shoulder blades down and together, core is tight. Press your feet into the floor to activate your legs, and hold. So when you guys get to the end of that, we have 3 mobility exercises. The first one, you're gonna go into a downward dog. So you're gonna push your butt up and back, then you're gonna come through into a Cobra stretch, keeping your hips off the floor, and then come back up. Push through, down, up. So I push, drop my heels if I wanna stretch out the back of my legs more, my calves. Really drive my hips back, come through low, really open up the front of the body, open up the core, get a nice extension in the spine, come back through to that downward dog and get the stretch in the back side of the body. Come through. Guys, play around with that. Go for about 15 to 20 times through that. Then you're gonna go into another extension flexion exercise. So you're gonna do a cow. So you arch your spine, look up to the ceiling, and then into a cat. You round your spine and look at your belly button. As I was saying in my email, I have a back injury, so this cat position is super hard for me to get into because I have a disc that's pinching. So when I go into anything that rounds my spine, it causes a lot of pain. So, okay guys, the last part of this mobility circuit, you're gonna need a lacrosse ball. We're just gonna do some shoulder releases. So what you're gonna do, I'll show you on my knees here because the camera's low. You're gonna need to put the ball on your shoulder blade. You're gonna find a trigger point of your infraspinatus. And what you're gonna do is press your weight into the ball against the wall, and we're just gonna do some lifts. So we're gonna lift our arm all the way up for the ceiling, pinching that ball right against the wall. So I'm really trying to reach up, pressing on any trigger points I can find, and maintaining the pressure on it. You guys can do about 10 to 20 reps, either straight arm, or you can go into external rotation, where you're dropping the hand down and then rotating up. Still looking for those trigger points. See, I'll roll the ball around. Feel like I don't have the spot. Bring it down. Come back up. So guys, do both sides. 10 to 20 reps. Just feel it out, and then get back to the beginning, back to the front pull through. This will help you get deeper into that first exercise. It will also help you get a little bit better contraction on the L and the T. Okay guys, last exercise you're gonna do today, you're gonna do a standing iso hamstring for 2 minutes, and then iso lunge 1 minute per side. So standing iso hamstring, you're gonna go about 4 to 6 inches between your feet, turn your feet out so they're about 10 to 12 inches apart. So you're pigeoned there, right? You're opened up, legs are straight, lock your knees, squeeze your quads, core is tight, glutes are tight, cross your arms, drive your butt back as deep as you can, maintaining a straight leg, squeezing your quads. When you hit that position, you can either stay here with a flat spine, squeezing your shoulder blades, or you can round towards the ground, shrugging your shoulders up and letting those vertebrae open up. Just make sure you guys maintain a straight leg, squeezing your quads the whole time. Tuck your chin to your chest. When you guys need to break it, bend out of it and stand. Try to maintain that position for 2 minutes. When you come out of it, take about 30 seconds, and you're gonna go into the iso lunge. You guys know this position by now. You have a straight shin, driving the ball of your foot through the ground with your hamstring to activate the backside of your leg. Squeeze your glute to open up the front of the hip. Shoulder blades are down together. As you fail, you come through to your back knee. Take about 30 seconds. Do it on the other side. You guys have 3 times through that, and then that's it for today. Tomorrow we're moving to full body strength and conditioning. We're gonna be doing a lot of leg stuff in there. So guys, get ready, enjoy the workout. Thank you for tuning in again. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.